Hello, guys, and welcome back to another episode of The Provocative Podcast. All right, guys, so we do have a guest with us today. He's a very important guest in my life, I guess you could say.
Very important.
Very important. But before we do that, let's go into a little bit of an intro. So, honestly, guys, I am not feeling myself the last few days. I started my period and my IBS has just flared up the last 2 days and it's been so bad and I don't like the way that I look and it just affects me mentally a lot too. And it doesn't help that while this is happening, I decided to take a little bit of a fitness break, I guess you would say, like a workout break. So I'm not working out. My body's just been feeling really tired. I think it's just my nervous system. I had this happen back in September where my stress just really gets to my body and I start overheating at night and it's not a good thing. So Chris kind of suggested that I should take a little bit time off of the gym and I did so yesterday, but it's so hard. I want to go back because I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to gain weight. Oh my God, I'm not doing anything. I'm just like sitting around. But at the same time, I also feel like I'm not ready to go back. I feel like I need these few days to just get on a little bit of a routine, find my balance again, and then work on the things that I want to work on, like read and things like that. I just haven't had some alone time. And like I mentioned before, the last 3 weeks have just been kind of chaotic and I just feel like I need a little bit of a break. So I am taking a few days off the gym just so that I can like really recover my mind, get in a better mental state, and overall just feel better, get my body back to feeling normal again because I haven't been feeling good and my workouts have really been sucking because of that. But anyways, just giving you guys an update on that. Everybody goes through this, guys. And, you know, it's hard for me because this is my lifestyle. I've been at it for so long. And if I miss more than 2 days out of the week from the gym, I like really do have a hard time accepting it. But I'm doing better. I'm trying to be better because I know that I don't need to be as hard on myself as I am, and I just need to like give myself some grace, and it's just really hard for me sometimes, but no one is perfect, so I wanted to kind of be honest about that because I am struggling with that a little bit right now. Secondly, I know I really don't do a lot of promotion on here with the brands that I work with, but just because I know guys will be listening to this, the Dark Sport launch, Next of Kin, will be this Sunday. As you guys know that I have a code, Jazzy10. It saves you 10% off. And please make sure you are on your computer and ready to purchase at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time because literally everything sells out within like 5 to 10 minutes, if that. So I get questions all the time on how can I order this? Is it pre-order? Or how does it work? Because every time I'm on the website, it's sold out. That's what happens, guys. You have to be on there and ready to purchase at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So just wanted to give an update on that. And then lastly, I just started reading Get Out of Your Way by Russ. Super duper good book. I'm halfway through with it. It's an easy read, but I haven't had enough time to sit down and just finish it. But I highly recommend it. It's super short, but it's talks about manifesting the life that you want, and I'm big into manifesting, especially this year. A lot of the things I feel like I've gotten in my life is because of me and the way that I've manifested it and speak it out into the world and speak it into existence. So really good book, highly recommend. Super short, but I'll let you guys know what I think about it once I'm done with it. A few of my friends read it and they loved it and they suggested it, so that's why I got it. But anyways, guys, we will go into our guest today. So our guest today is my husband. Hello.
I'm the husband.
I'm the husband. Do you want to give any update on your life or anything like that?
I guess, I'm 7 weeks out from competition, so I think I really started feeling it yesterday. Yesterday I felt like shit. Just working out, working, and eating, sleeping.
Eating, sleeping. Yeah.
Not so much recently, but yeah.
Yeah. I think, yeah, guys, so he's competing in 7 weeks and his coach just changed. It's been kind of hard the last 3 weeks for him, but his coach changed things up like a few days ago and it's about to get hard. So there's nothing much I can do to help him out. I wish there was, but yeah, it's about to get harder for him, but he's doing great. I'm proud of you. You're killing it.
Thank you.
I think that's why another reason why I tell him I feel so bad staying back because I know he's suffering and I'm just staying back home feeling lazy. But It is what it is. All right. So we're going to go into a couples Q&A. We haven't done this on the podcast, and I got some questions from you guys on Instagram yesterday. So, yeah, let's get right into it. I haven't seen the questions. Chris is the one that kind of screenshotted the ones that he thought would be the best for us to answer. So he's seen them. I haven't. So let's go into it. It'll make my answer a little bit more on the spot. Okay, first question. Do you guys get jealous? If so, how do you deal with it? And what boundaries are set?
Me first or you first?
You first.
I'm not really a jealous person by any means. Jasmine gets approached a lot. She has an OnlyFans. Her IG, it's kind of provocative a little bit sometimes. I'm not jealous. The only time I get worked up is when I know someone personally and I know their intention is like not coming from a good place. Or if I see Jasmine reciprocate anything whatsoever, then, I step in and do what I got to do.
Yeah. But he's
But there's no boundary set in place. I mean, I trust Jasmine. I don't tell her she can't do anything. I don't tell her she can't talk to anyone or, there's no restrictions, I don't think, on my end.
Yeah, on your end, there's really not many restrictions. On my end, on my end, there are a few female accounts that I'm just like, I don't, with boundaries is the only kind of restriction I give him is like, I don't want him following women who are very much noticeably fake, mostly honestly fake ass. Like, I know there's beautiful women. I know there's beautiful different shapes and sizes and girls have surgery and everything. But just because of our history and everything, that's the one thing that I'm just like, I don't want you following girls that are extremely fake and are going to make me feel some type of way because that's not, by any means the way that I look. I know I'm beautiful and I know he follows different beautiful women of all different shapes and skin color and everything, but they remotely look a little bit like, they're fair, they look good, but they're not like extremely fake. So that's my only, I guess, restriction with him, right? I'm trying to think. Is there another one?
But are you jealous?
Am I jealous? Yeah. So that was a restriction. I'm asking you if there's another restriction, but I think that's the only restriction that I have on him. Unless there's like some super, like a girl that I don't really like or whatever, but we've never had an issue like that come up. Another boundary that I will say is we don't follow people that are...
We don't follow local people that we don't know, that we don't both approve of, I guess you could say.
Like, I don't follow like random guys from my gym. He doesn't follow random girls from the gym. That's a little bit more personal, and I don't like that. He can follow any model except like, the one I mentioned. He wants, but he's not, I don't want him following Lolita from the gym. Like, I don't know why that name came out, or Susan from the gym.
Why should really be a Lolita?
he doesn't want me following, the guy that we always see at 7 p.m. at the gym. And like, it's just those little boundaries. But am I jealous? Yes. And recently, I think I've, with my therapy, I've kind of found out a little bit why I'm more jealous than he is. It has to do with me and my past. And so I'm working on it. I've been working on it. I don't think I'm... Am I super jealous?
You're super jealous.
Yeah.
Any DM that comes in, even if it's a question about her, it's a...
But you did the same thing.
Not even.
You do.
Not even close.
Okay.
Not even close.
Okay.
Jasmine is a very jealous person.
I'm sorry, but I want all the attention on me. I want him to have eyes just for me. And I know that's really bad to say because I know there's other beautiful women. And of course I don't get mad at him when he looks at other girls, but I am jealous and I'm working on it. But not to the point, I don't think we like get in arguments every time we go out or anything like that.
Not to the argument.
No. Like I'm getting better at it, especially this year. I've gotten better at it, but yeah, I am. Out of the both of us in the relationship, I'm the one that's the most jealous. All right. Next question. Sorry if you've said this before, but what happened with No Evil? You want to answer it?
You want me to answer all of them first?
Yeah, you answer them first.
No Evil, it's still active and we do have ideas for the future. I think right now we're just kind of in a pause, we're just really trying to figure out what we want to do with the brand. We came across some delays with this last launch. Actually, the shirt that we're both wearing right now, this shirt took way longer than it needed to actually make. Just with COVID and, just supply and demand chain being what it is right now. I don't know that I want to put up with that. It's kind of a whack ass excuse, but you know, we also don't have a full-time designer, and me and Jasmine are not the most creative people.
Yeah.
So, you know, last year I think we had like 4 launches and like 1 surprise launch. So I don't know. It's in the works. I do want it to be something more full time, you know, where we have a launch maybe like every month or every other month. But it's something that we need to sit down and honestly reconfigure and come up with ideas. And maybe it's something that I need to take on full time, or I don't know.
It's just a lot. Like, I think you explained it really well. But I think you guys don't realize with a clothing company, it's so much work. And I think Chris and I, you know, we're not creative in the clothing design aspect, but we're pretty creative people. But yeah, it's just, it takes you full time to be able to make something, especially like products like this, and be coming up with the next thing. And you guys have to understand too, like, we run multiple things, or online coaching. You know, I literally have, now that I'm working with Dark Sport, I'm making content for them daily.
And the thing is that we run we actually run everything.
Everything together.
There's influencers out there whose training is handled by an assistant, or, you know, whatever it is, they might have assistants that help them, which me and Jasmine don't. We do everything ourselves.
Until now, you know, Brittany and Art, they help me with the podcast page. But guys, to handle my own Instagram, I handle my own TikTok, provocative IG, provocative TikTok, clients, OnlyFans, my sponsorships. It's a lot of fucking work, a lot. Plus, still trying to balance my lifestyle with friends and my relationship. It's a lot of work.
And working out.
And him with
and
prep.
That's just, and then there's still the content creation for each of those things.
Right. So, I mean, we love No Evil. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I think the concept of what we want, like everything we want for it, is there. We just need help. So if you guys know of a designer who wants to come on full time and help us, great. But we just need the help, because it's hard for Chris and I just to do it all on our own. So we've been talking about it actually a lot the last month of what we want to do. Like I said, we're going to work on it, but it's just a lot of work. But we really appreciate everyone who supported us this far. Like, your support is amazing. And to be honest, you guys have surprised us a lot. Like, the shirts that we get that we're like, okay, this one's going to do better than this one. You guys always end up liking the one we didn't think was going to do the best, but you guys always tend to surprise us, and we just really appreciate the support. But I promise more stuff is coming. It's just give us a little bit of time. All right, next question. Did your family like Chris when y'all first met?
Still to this day.
They like you, okay? They like you. They've accepted you. Chris is very quiet.
Accepted and like are not the same thing.
Okay.
I'm not a likable person. I'll be the first to admit that.
Yeah, Chris is not a likable person. Like, it's very hard for you to like Chris just because he's very blunt, and he's not a traditional Mexican man. So that was a little bit harder with my dad. If you guys know, my dad has a whole farm. He has like his Frisian horse. He's into horses. He's into like
grows his own chiles outside.
Yeah, he's very hardworking. Outside Mexican. He loves like the outdoors, the farmland, and Chris and him have just never clicked. They never bonded. Like, they don't really know what to talk about. My dad's also very closed off too, so it's hard. And then Chris also, he's not a fake person, so to get conversation out of him is extremely hard. So people would just think he's an asshole at my family gatherings, because they're like, well, he's not talking and he's just sitting there. And I'm like, well, this is just his personality. Like, he sits there and does the same thing with his own family. I'm the one that has to go out of my way to make conversation with his parents and his family, because he just sits there. And like, that's just who he is. And my family have accepted him more. My mom, especially, because it was a huge change for her, because she was like, well, maybe he just doesn't like us and doesn't like me. I'm like, no, Mom, this is just how he is. You just have to accept that this is how he is. And I think finally now they have. And, you know, my mom loves Chris. She, like, gets on to me if she even, like, hears that I'm mad at him or whatever. She's like, what did you do? Like, she takes his side more than she does mine. So they love him, but it's just their relationship isn't like a super duper close relationship. But yeah. You want to add anything to that?
No.
Okay. Next question. How long has it taken the pair of you to build up your online presence, and what's been your main hurdle? Or I guess it was like hurdle.
Does it say huddle?
It says huddle. Hurdle.
Hurdle.
Okay.
Well, I don't even have a social media presence, I feel like.
Yeah.
1,000K strong on TikTok. What's up? And then like 12K on fucking Instagram. I suck with Instagram. To be honest, I'm not the person to answer this question.
But I mean, how long has it taken us to build it up?
Oh,
Mine,
yeah.
I guess.
So
We built it up together.
Yeah, so it's been like 6-7 years now.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think what helped the most is so Jasmine always kind of wanted to do modeling, but because of her height, she was limited. And at that time, IG was popping off, and I was like, hey, be a fitness influencer. There's no height requirement for this. It's barely going. Luckily, Jasmine got in when she got in, and she was able to grow like I think to like 60K, right?
Yeah.
Pretty fairly quickly.
Yeah.
And then after that, you really didn't grow until we moved here like 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
3 years.
It'll be 4 years.
4 years ago. And then that's,
when I grew a little bit more, but then after 2018, it was like, that was the end of like the algorithm for Instagram, because then it changed, and it's taken forever to just grow 1,000 followers, guys. It takes forever now. I mean, now the place to be at is on TikTok, and that's why I'm really working really hard on TikTok. But guys, trying to balance your Instagram, TikTok stories, this and that, YouTube, and now like the podcast, yeah, it's a lot of work. It's taken years, and things with social media, like you see people who blow up in a month, and that's great. That's like one in, a million, I guess. There is a chance for you to blow up overnight, but it does take some work, and it takes more than anything consistency. Like you have to stay consistent.
Yeah, so that would be the hurdle, is just having enough content to post consistently, like daily, if not multiple times a day in the instance of TikTok.
TikTok, the requirement is 3 to 4 times a day, guys. You have to make content to be able to post 3 to 4 times a day. That's a lot. It's a lot. And so, I mean, that's just the hurdle, I guess, like making the content, because it takes a long time to make the content and making good content, right? So, guys, it takes time. More than anything, it's just consistency too, because I remember along the way, like there was many times that I wanted to give up and be like, oh my God, this isn't worth it. So much stress. But I'm really glad that I just stayed to it. Like I would have those moments, cry a little bit. The next day I was back at it, because I enjoy it. I don't want you guys to think that I'm complaining, because I'm not. It's a tough thing to be in career-wise, but I love it. I love that I get to motivate so many women. I get to meet so many women. I love my job. I love that I get to work from home, make content and everything. It's a great thing, but it's hard. More than anything, stay consistent. It's going to take time, but you'll get there as long as you stay consistent and produce good content. All right. As a fitness influencer, do you think it's too late to become one since there are so many? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And honestly, like I was like thinking the same thing when I first started my TikTok, because I started my TikTok, like I started taking TikTok seriously like maybe like 3 months ago. And then in the last month, I started taking it like seriously with my fitness. So I kind of transitioned, and I was like, okay, I'm going to do fitness on TikTok too. And I was a little nervous because it was a little saturated on TikTok. And I was like, well, what if I'm not like good enough to like post fitness stuff? What if like all these younger girls are gonna, they're better girls are like looking up to them instead? And I was like kind of like, tearing myself down a little bit, but I was like, you know what, fuck that. Like, you know what, if I make it, I make it. And if I don't, I don't. I just gotta post the content out there. And honestly, it's been doing really, really well. My workout videos have been doing really well. And so to answer the question, no, absolutely not. I know this girl who literally, I'm sure you guys have seen her if you follow her on TikTok, Anelli. She literally grew to a fucking million followers in less than 4 months. And she's only 23 years old. Guys, right now, it's the time to do it. If you want to be an influencer, the time is now, and especially on TikTok, it's not too late. You will have something that somebody wants. So do it. I mean, just change things up, add things that you think are of value to you. And I'm sure there's an audience out there for it. But no, it's not too late. And just get to it, as long as you know what you're doing, and obviously provide knowledge, and even with TikTok nowadays, as long as you're dancing and doing the trends, that's all that matters. But it's not too late, girlfriend. Get to it if that's something that you want to do. All right, next question, personal question. How do you feel about prenups? Do you guys have one? No. We were broke as fuck when we were young, when we were we got married, and no, we don't have a prenup. We don't have anything like that. I mean,
do I believe in prenups? Yes.
Yes, I do too. Yeah. If
for some reason we didn't work out, I would definitely want Jasmine to have a prenup.
Yeah, I would definitely have a prenup for sure. If Chris and I didn't work out, guys, I I'm just the type of person, and like, even, you know, I don't want to say this, even if he cheats on me, but I would still give him half, because our journey together has been amazing, and like everything we've built to this point is because of the both of us. It's not, you know, just because of Jazzy Fit or whatever. And I would think that you feel the same way.
I ain't got nothing to give you.
Hey, those stocks though.
What stocks?
Yeah, don't hide it. But yeah, like I you know, I would give him, you know, we would split everything equally, but going forward, I would definitely have a prenup, because yeah, you just never know. I'm sorry, I believe in them.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
you worked hard for it. Why should someone else, you know, get to reap the fruit you sow,
or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, and I would, like, if I met, you know, a guy and he was a fucking millionaire, and, you know, I would totally understand to sign a prenup. I think going forward, the money that we made together, you know, is both of ours, but the money he made before me, that's not obligated to me. And if you feel that way, you got some issues, because that money does not fucking belong to you. I don't care if you're married or whatever. What he made before you, or what she made before you, you are not entitled to. They built it without you. So, yeah, I believe 100% in prenups. All right, the next question. How do you guys recover from fights or from hurtful comments to each other? Well, we don't really say a lot of hurtful things to each other.
Yeah, so
ever.
I think, you know, very early on, I kind of put that on you, because I think one time you like cussed at me, and I was like, yeah, no, we don't do that here, fam.
Yeah, well, my mom always told me, you know, you don't ever want to disrespect your person you're with. But I think, like, when I was younger, I would probably say, like, fuck you or something.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one thing in our house. Like, we don't ever say, like, fuck you. We're never disrespectful to each other, ever.
Even
like,
playfully.
You know, yeah, playfully, non-playful.
Because if you start playfully, then it comes into, like, your conversations when you're not playing around anymore.
You don't. Like, we don't say, shut the fuck up, or fuck you, or, like, no. Like, that's not ever a language that we speak. Like, we don't really, like, I may say some hurtful things sometimes when I'm really, really mad, and I will accept that. Like, I'll say something that I know is going to hurt him because I'm hurting. And then I'm like, okay, I take it back. I'm so sorry. But not like a disrespectful, like, fuck you kind of things. But we hardly fight. I would say when we fight,
after we calm down, we do pretty good about talking shit out. Yeah. But, you know, Jasmine's a Latina. She gets heated, and she likes to stay heated. And then when I get heated, I just kind of walk away. Yeah,
he walks away.
Which pisses her off more. But, you know, that's the way I handle it. I handle conflict.
Yeah, and I'm just, like, very heated in the moment. Recently, I've been doing my best to just kind of, like, well, in the last few years, like, if I know that I'm mad, I just kind of give myself some time, or I tell him, like, I'm mad, don't talk to me, just give me some space. And he'll usually give me some space, and I'm the type that cools down really fast, though, sometimes. Like, I'll just cool down, I'm like, okay, I want to cuddle now, and he's the one that takes a little bit more. I got to warm up to him, and he's like, don't touch me, and then I got to touch his leg, and then move up, and then, you know, next thing you know, we're having sex, but...
Whoa.
Yeah, we don't really say a lot of hurtful things. We try not to say hurtful things to each other. Chris has never said hurtful things to me, ever. Guys, like, he's never been like, you're a fucking bitch, or said, like, and he's never been hurtful to me, ever. And I really appreciate that. But
have you been hurtful to me?
I've said that. I have. I'm sorry. But it's because I'm a Latina now. I don't have an excuse. I just get heated and I say hurtful things because I've been hurt before, and I just want him to hurt because I'm hurting, and it's not a good excuse. And then, you know, it doesn't make me feel good. So I'm doing better with that. All right. You're making me sound like I'm the jealous, the hurtful one, like I'm the bad one in the relationship. All right. How do you guys handle jealousy? You put this one.
Oh, I think I put that twice. Yes. Skip.
Okay. How many times a day or often do you guys have sex? You included this one?
Yeah, juicy.
Some people ask this all the time. Okay. How many times a day or often do you guys have sex? Okay, I guess, like, let's answer how often do we have sex a week is probably, I have my number. What would you say?
You have a number? Mm-hmm. If everything is lined up perfectly, I say 5.
Okay.
But within that 5, there could be multiple sessions.
Yeah.
So this is 5 days a week.
Yeah, 5 days a week.
Something sexual happens.
Yeah, I was going to say 4 to 5 days a week if everything's lining up. Minimum, like, 3, 4. But 4 to 5 days a week is almost like the average. We'll have months where we'll have like weeks where it's like every single day, but that's a little rare.
Yeah.
But yeah, within those 5 days, it's like, I don't know why it is that like that. We'll have like 5 days a week, but within those days, like 2 to 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's periods where it's like 2-3 times a week.
Yeah, depending.
And it's just one time a day.
Yeah. It just depends on like our like hormones, if we're aligning, if we're in the same kind of like space. But on average, 4 to 5 days a week. Right now with prep, I know for him it's gonna kind of decrease a little bit. And I'm, prepared for that.
Nah, we gotta go strong. What you talking about?
You think?
I'm just gonna lay there.
He's gonna lay there. All right. But yeah, that's the average for us guys. We're pretty sexual people though. Chris is a very sexual being. He's like sexual 90. If it was on a scale from 0 to 100, he'd be like 90%. I'm like 75 on a scale of 100.
That's accurate.
Yeah, like he's a lot more sexual than I am, but I'm a pretty sexual person too. All right. What do you think are each other's best qualities?
I really like how ambitious Jasmine is. She's very ambitious. She always wants to strive for more. She never settles, which is part of being ambitious. You'll always see her stressed out if she has nothing to do. She always wants to be working on something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ambitious and smart.
Okay, for me, it's I had it, and now you like made me blush a little bit. I love how straightforward Chris is with everything in life. Like he's just he is who he is, and he's not gonna apologize to anyone about it. And like, I just admire him because of that. Like I have a lot of admiration for Chris, first of all, but he is who he is. He doesn't apologize. He doesn't get hurt by other people's feelings. He doesn't let other people affect his emotions. And I honestly love that about him. And I wish I'm striving to be that person, because he has, I feel like, less stress of it because of it. And yeah, I love that. I guess he's very ambitious. He's very ambitious, but I love that the things that him and I are a little bit different is that I'm ambitious in my own way, but he always wants to be the best at everything he does. And I guess it comes back from him being a little bit competitive, and I'm not competitive really, but I love that about him. He always wants to be the best at everything he does. He wants, and anything he gets, like he wants the best car, he wants the best exhaust, he wants the best computer technology, best camera, but like everything, he always wants the best for us. And that's what I love about him, because for me, it's not that I don't want the best to be the best or don't want the best for me, but I'm like not super competitive. And so he like pushes us a little bit in that direction. So yeah, that's what I love about him. And his best qualities. All right. How are we good? We're good on time? Okay. All right. Any tips on how you and Chris handle conflict? My conflict resolution skills aren't the best.
You take it.
All right. So for us, like if I'm upset, I usually come at him when I know he's not busy and I know is a good time for us to talk. Like it's not like over us watching TV or him cooking or at the gym. Like I'll usually tell him like, hey, I'm upset about this. Can we go and talk about it? And so or mostly, honestly, the car rides, because car rides is where we spend the most time together, too. So, I'll talk to him about it, be like, hey, so I'm upset about this. I didn't like how this happened or this happened. And he'll kind of assess what I'm saying and come at me like, and either he agrees with me or he's like, I did that because I felt this way, and then I'll assess that and we'll just kind of go from there. We hardly ever really yell at each other unless, like I said, we don't have really heated fights unless like I'm just like in a really bad mood, guys. And sometimes if I'm in a bad mood, it's because of how I feel. Like right now, I haven't been in the best mood the last few days. Like even today, I've just been more quiet because I'm on my period. I'm hurting. I'm cramping really bad. My stomach is really bloated from my IBS, and I just don't feel good. So in turn, like I just feel stressed. So if we argue, like right now, if he says something that I don't like, I'll get heated really fast, but then I'll calm myself down. I'm like, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm just not feeling good. Can you just, I didn't mean to yell at you. I'm really, really sorry. And he'll take that in because he understands where I'm coming from. But we try to just talk to each other when we're in a good place, and we like take each other's like what they're feeling into, like we don't just listen to each other. We try to like put ourselves in the other person's shoes and then like try to understand each other. And that's the best thing that you can do, is put yourself in your significant other's shoes and try to understand where they're coming from and try to get them to understand where you're coming from. Because sometimes it does take a little bit of time for me to try to get Chris to understand where I'm coming from. And it's not always easy, guys. It's hard sometimes, especially he's not an emotional person. I am, and I get upset when he doesn't react a certain way or the way that I would expect him to react. And it's just taken time for us to get to know each other and for us to kind of communicate the way that we're feeling. But if I have any advice, is just to make sure that you guys handle everything when you guys are calm and don't disrespect each other. Even like what Chris said, even when you guys are like playing around, because like that stuff can take it too far. And it's just not, I don't know, it's just not cute when I see other couples like calling each other assholes or I don't know. I just don't like it. It doesn't seem right. And especially if you care about the other person. All right. I think that's it. That's all the questions we have for today, guys. We just got 10 questions for you guys. We didn't want to do anything super duper long. Let me know if you guys like the Q&A with Chris.
Yeah, I'm gonna answer some questions real quick that were repeated and have always been repeated.
Oh, okay.
As of right now, we don't want kids. Right?
Okay, yeah,
Are we still on the same page?
Yeah.
We haven't had that talk in a while, but
No,
we don't want kids.
Yeah.
So therefore, family's not in the question. You know, we have our family, our 2 little pups, and then me and Jazz. Me and Jasmine got eloped. We didn't have a wedding per se. We got married in Guadalajara, the restaurant Guadalajara.
In my parents' restaurant. Yeah.
What was the other question that popped up?
We haven't had a wedding, guys. So
we will have a wedding though, and Jasmine has very extravagant taste. So we are, it's gonna come when it comes.
Yeah.
What else is something that people always ask us?
Children, wedding, sex, but we answered that one.
I think that's it.
Yeah, mostly is jealousy. That's mostly OnlyFans, how you feel about OnlyFans, but we've talked about that already. Yeah, that's mostly all the questions. Well, I guess for the people that are new time listeners, we've been together for, this May will be 12 years.
12 years.
Yeah, 12 years, guys. And we've been married for 6 years.
It'd be 6?
It'll be 6.
I don't know. I don't remember now.
Yeah,
Is it 6 or 7?
November.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take your word.
Yeah.
6 years.
Wow. We're pretty good with our dates, though.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the dates, but, like year-wise, for some reason, I'm starting to lose count. It's because we always round up, and we round up kind of early. So when it comes to, like, the date, I'm like, fuck, are we at 6 now? Or are we at 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think we've been saying 6 years since, like, December.
I'm trying to think what year we got married. 2015.
That would be 7.
So, yeah, this year will be 7.
Okay.
Yeah, this year will be 7 years. Yeah, dang, guys. 7 years. 7 years marriage and 12 years together. Yeah, all right. Those are, I think, mostly all the questions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, relationships are not perfect. I mean, we could go on about relationships all day. But, we've been together for so long and, along the way we've learned each other and, things that I'm learning now in therapy too are helping our relationship, especially with me. It's more the things I'm learning in therapy about myself.
Crazy. What? I didn't say anything.
I'm not crazy. Are helping me and like the way that I see our relationship and the way that I feel, especially with my jealousy issues. So sometimes, you need to be the one that we're so easy to blame the other person, but really you're the person that needs to be doing the work on yourself. So, yeah, guys, I don't want you to think that our relationship is perfect because it's as close to perfect as it can be. I feel like
so close.
But
it really isn't close though. Okay. It's not bad either, but I'm not trying to brag that our relationship's perfect. Is what I'm trying to do, I guess.
Yeah, I guess not, but whatever. I think it's as close to perfect as it can get. Everyone has their faults, but I just think Chris and I just get along really, really well. I don't think a lot of people get along as well as we do. What do you think?
I don't know.
Okay, maybe it's not even close to perfect, guys.
I don't live with another couple. I don't know how other people interact.
Yeah, it's true. All right, guys, I'm leaving it here. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening. Let me know if you guys liked having Chris on. And if you guys have any more questions or guys want to ask Chris questions, send them in. We'll do
I'm gonna have my own podcast and you're gonna be my guest.
Oh, really? Wow. Oh, there was a question on when you started your OnlyFans.
May 2025.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Imagine.
Okay, so back to the question. Jasmine is very jealous. I don't think OnlyFans for me is gonna happen.
You can have an OnlyFans. I told you that.
You're gonna let me have an OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Put my wiener up on there?
No, you can't put your wiener up on there. You can put your other, like, you can put your butt cheeks.
My calf. People love my calves.
But yeah, guys. All right. That's it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for listening. Before I leave, do not forget, because this will be up before the Dark Sport launch. Code.
And it does sell out within minutes.
Yeah.
For reference, I guess, for any guys listening, I am currently like 195. I'm usually like at 200, but I'm like 5'8", 5'9". 5'8", 5'9". And I wear a large on the t-shirts that say premium and oversized, but then a medium on tank tops. Their sizing is so weird. I'm not even gonna lie. I could fit into medium to XL. So yeah, good luck.
All right. And I'm an extra small in all the stuff, except for the bras. I believe I'm small. But I'll be doing a haul for that anyways, guys. So on my YouTube, check it out. My YouTube is Jazzy Fit. That's my personal YouTube. But yeah, guys, don't forget, it sells out super quick. Dark Sport this Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, code Jazzy10. All right, guys, I will see you guys next week. Bye.